Name is Kelly, and right now I am doing some support spindling with a wool bat from Millie Knits, and it is a dream to spin with. But I've got so much I want to share with you today, so I should probably put this down. And what I like about this method is I can stand, I can get in my standing hours for the day, and I can still do something that I love. And all I'm using is a spoon. I just got this at Canadian Tire, and I just bent it, and it works great. You can also use it sitting down and put it between your legs, cross one leg over the other to support it, and that also works wonderful too. So anyway, and then this is the spindle that I'm using, one of many that I have, and you know who left his little teeth marks on it. So anyway, I'm going to put that aside, and I've got some exciting news for you at the very end. I've got an upcoming event that's going to start in May, so stick around and you'll find out all about that. And yeah, so let's get busy. I've got so much to show you because I normally do my live videos at the beginning of the month, and now it's like, oh my gosh, time is ticking so far, and I've got to get this done. So let me grab the other things that I've got. So I'll put this aside. Okay, where do I begin? Where do I begin? So we were talking about spinning, so I will show you another spindle that I'm also using, and this is a spindle stick. So I have built up enough weight on the stick. So I started out with this whirl like this, and I have a spindle, a ring spindle that I bought at Fiber Fest, but I took it off and I don't have it right now. But anyway, instead of support spindling with the spoon like I showed you, you do this between your fingers and then you draft. And if this was my ring spindle, I would be drafting it like this. And it's just this, I love this sound, you know. And yeah, so I've done all this way. So yeah, and now that it's gotten heavier, I can take this off, and with the weight of the spun fiber, I can continue to spin. So it's a great way to get introduced to spinning, I find. So yeah, so I've been learning how to do that, and I'll continue to practice, because you know it's all about practice, practice. Hi everybody, thank you for joining. So that's what I've got for spindle spinning, or spinning of any kind actually, today. So those are the two things that I wanted to share with you. And now we're going to get into some of the fun stuff. So I've been really busy. I got a Gotland ram's fleece from Wool Maiden. And let me see all your comments here. Hang on. Thank you, everybody. And it stunk. Oh my gosh, did it reek? And she told me it would. She said, it's a ram. He's gonna smell. Anyway, I went to Fibers West and I took a scouring course with Melissa from Melly Knits, and I brought a sample of the fleece and I showed it to her. Ooh, there's a spider. Was that a spider? No, that wasn't a spider. It was a oh well, lovely being outdoors. Anyway, I showed her the fleece, and we were like, you know, Gotland is known to felt slightly, even at the best of times, and we were concerned that in the middle of the lock of the staple that it would, well, I'm getting tongue-tied again. We were concerned that it was already felted in the middle. So anyway, I tried it and I am pleasantly surprised at how nice it all turned out. So you can see on my Instagram, I've got a reel of me combing the fleece over a hackle and I was using my hands as a diz to make comb top. But here it is here. Look at that. That's a staple length, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So I've been doing this. I've been pulling and picking like this. And then I've been putting it in my drum carder. That's one way I've been doing it. The other way I've been doing it is I have these mini combs. Now, this is from A. Forsyth from Mission, BC. It's probably backwards, but no, maybe it's not. Anyway, these mini combs, and I was using those for a while, and then I remembered that in my tools, I had a hackle set that I got, oh my gosh, about 11 years ago from Blue Mountain Handcrafts, I believe. They're not even around anymore. And I pulled that out, and that's when things really started to take off. So now I've almost got a bobbin full of spun fiber because I spun it on my wheel. I didn't do this on my support spindle. You only have so many hours in a day. You can't possibly do everything you want, right? So anyway, so this is using the combs. So you just go like this. So yeah, and then you'll do that several times. I mean, I'll do it again. But look at the staple length. And if it gets, you know, where you got to really tug on it, then move back. It's kind of like Melissa said in our course, you know, it's like the equivalent of you trying to comb your long hair here when you've got tangles in here, right? You got to start and then work your way up. So yeah, so you just go like this. Now I'm just gonna pretend that I've been going back and forth for a while, and now I'm combing this and nothing's happening. See, it's just there. It's not getting any less. So what I do is I pull that off, and I'm going to show you. So this is where you've got your second cuts in here. See that? There's a second cut right there. See that? Don't want that in my spun fiber, so you can see them here. So that's what you gotta watch out for. See, there's another one here. See, all that got combed out. And then any vegetable matter, it just falls right to the ground. If I was drum carding this, like if I just went and did what I showed you earlier, like look at this, see? There's a whole bunch of vegetable matter there. Hay, right? So take that out. But sometimes it breaks down, and it just breaks down smaller and smaller and smaller. If I put that through my drum carder, I'm not going to get rid of it. It's just going to fall onto the cloth of the drum carder. So that's the one thing that I really love about doing combed fiber, as well as I really, I've done a lot of worsted spinning in the past because I like to knit socks, but I'll tell you, this bat that I got from Melly Knits is beautiful, and it's woolen spun. So anyway, let me just pause for a second here. See here. Okay. I apologize. The lighting. I'm in my greenhouse, so the lighting is what it is. Okay. Seriously? You know, that's the thing with doing live videos, right? You got to put up with people who seem to have better things to do sometimes. But I'm not going to let that rain on my parade, because I love doing this. I love being in my greenhouse. I love sharing with you everything that I learn, and then I can pass it on to you. Okay, so the other thing that you can do if you don't want to wait around to order these combs, and they're moderately priced. They're not cheap by any means. And you get them in a little bag here. Let me see if I've still got the... He didn't really want me to advertise a lot on social media. You know, he's a more senior individual. Well, this is just all the carrying instructions. No prices. But anyway, so you get this little pouch and you can bag, you can put them in there, and they're all nice because I'll tell you, those tines are sharp, 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 sharp. So yeah, so you got them in a little bag, and then you can put that away when you're not using it. So the other thing that you can use for spinning, if you don't have anything and you're anxious to get a fleece and start doing this whole process, is you can get a dog comb, dog brush, just like this. Now, did I not bring out both of them? Oh, that would figure. Okay, so I'm going to show you the best I can. So what you do is you go through and you pick it with your hands because you don't have the combs. And you just pick it with your hands and try to get out as much of everything that you can. And then you put it on your brush like this. Load up your brush. See, like that. Ah, darn it, I wish I brought my other brush. Anyway, pretend I have another brush in my hand, exactly like this. And then you just comb, you just brush it like this. You just brush it like this. And then you would change them, brush them again. And then what you do is you just take it like this. And then you just roll it off like this. I'm doing pretty good. Roll it off like that. And now you have a semi-roll leg that you can now draft and then spin. See? Well, I did pretty good considering I didn't have all my tools. So yeah, so that's another way that you can get into preparing a fleece for spinning. So like I've got, like, look at this. Look at that. See, look at that. Bing. Beautiful. Beautiful fiber. So, and oh, the way Melissa has you scour the wool, it doesn't smell at all. Like, if I couldn't go in the garage with the bag opened, and now it's like, it smells wonderful. So yeah, so I was really, really happy about that. So that's the other thing that I have for you about fleece. And now we're going to move on to knitting. And do I have any coffee left? No, I don't have any coffee left. Don't you love my mug? Isn't that cute? It's, who's the designer? Jane Brookshaw? Dunnan Fine Bone China. Sheet piece is what it's called. Well, hang on, just wait a second. Let me empty. There. Isn't that cute? So, yeah, I got it, a few years ago, and I just love it. So, my coffee's done. It is, what time is it here? 9:15 here. Okay, so, another thing I wanted to share with you is, oh, here's my bag. I got this bag at Fibers West. Isn't that cute? And I got a needle minder, DPN needle minder, and it's lovely because it attaches, I can attach it to the bag with the clip, and yeah, and then it just snaps closed. So I love that. And inside, what do I have inside? Oh, I have some stitch markers that I bought from Michael's. And of course, I love doing socks on 9-inch circulars. But you know what? I'm going to show you something while I'm here with my 9-inch circulars. Because you might remember I have a Facebook group called Let's Knit Socks, which was formed in 2016, which actually started out with the name Darling 9-inch Circulars. But after 8 years, I wanted to include a lot more sock knitters that like to knit on other types of needles. So I changed it to Let's Knit Socks. And we're at, I think, 4,600 people. So, and I'm going to tell you what's coming up later at the end of the video, remember? So, I want to show you something. A lot of people say that they tried 9-inch circulars once, they didn't like them, they made their hands hurt, the needles were too short, you know, lots of things, which are all totally valid, by the way, okay? But I'm going to show you something. So this is a ChiaoGoo 9-inch circular, and it measures 9 inches from tip to tip, okay? And there's the needle tips, okay? What I love about ChiaoGoo 9-inch circulars is the tips are really nice and pointed, okay? So I love that. Then I went into the store one day and I saw these needles. Now, at the time that I bought them, they were advertised as 9-inch circulars, and they were Knitter's Pride, either Dreams, I think is what the name was, and I like 2.25, so I got 2.25, and I went home and I was like, oh wow, I love these needles, because it seems like I have more room here when I'm knitting, and the needles seem a lot longer. So I pulled out my other needle, my ChiaoGoo, and look at the difference, you guys. So look at that. See the difference there? The needle is longer on the Knitter's Pride. Okay. The other thing is when you measure tip to tip, they're actually 9.8 inches from tip to tip. So now, what I was told by a yarn, by a lady in a yarn store, was that they are now advertising these as 10-inch circular needles. They're 9.8, but whatever. So if you see them, they have the black cord. They have improved greatly over the years. When I first started using them, I was having a bit of a problem with the yarn catching. Not anymore. That's years ago, and I really like them. I do like these, I'll be honest. I mean, I love the points of the ChiaoGoo. I'm very comfortable now knitting with 9-inch circulars, that the extra room isn't really as important to me, but I'm just going to say that I feel, this is my own experience, I feel that buying the Clover 9-inch circular needles with the tiny little bamboo tips is probably, in my opinion, the worst. But everybody, you know, each to their own. But I say that I love these ones. So if you want to give knitting with 9-inch circulars another chance, go out and get yourself some of these. I'm not affiliated with any knitting needles whatsoever, so yeah. Anyway, that was totally by surprise, only because I just saw it in my bag. So yeah. Okay, the other thing I wanted to share with you was maybe we'll do this because it ties into the fleece. So you might be asking, like, okay, Kelly, you got all this fleece behind you. You don't know if you can see that. All the fleece behind you. What are you going to do with it? Well, last summer I grew Japanese indigo plants, and I went through the whole process of fermenting the leaves and siphoning off the sediment and everything. And look, I ended up with indigo powder that I can actually create a vat from this summer. So I'm going to dye the Gotland wool, some of it, not all of it, with this indigo powder. I'm going to create a vat, and then I will dip dye my skeins into this and get different shades of blue. So different shades of blue, I mean like darker to lighter. So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. And so I'll put that aside. Okay, so now on to knitting. So I don't remember if you saw this at the end of my video, the end of February, is the blanket. So this has been up on Ravelry now for, I think it was since March 20th. And yeah, quite a few people have purchased the pattern, and the test knitters have all put their projects onto the Ravelry page. And yeah, so I'm very, very happy with it. It's all knit with Briggs and Little yarn. I reached out to them, but I haven't heard back from them. I was hoping I could get a discount code for you guys to buy the yarn. But you can do this with so many things. Like you'll see one of the test knitters on Ravelry, she was amazing. She did one complete flower as a coaster for her coffee cup, and she did it in fingering weight yarn. This throw was all done in worsted weight yarn, by the way. So she did that, and then she put the I-cord binding around the edge, and it's all red and white, so it's like peppermint stripe. Then she started making a blanket with all her sock scraps. So she's got all different colors. Another test knitter did a small baby blanket with the pattern, and the prop that she used is just darling. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And another test knitter, she did more of a coordinated color scheme with DK weight yarn. So yeah, so you could make this king size if you wanted. You could use fingering weight to bulky weight, I guess, if you wanted to. So yeah, so that is up in the Ravelry shop, and it's called Blooming Petals. So yeah. Okay, so we got one more thing, and then I'm going to tell you what I promised at the very end. Okay, the other thing that you will learn about me as you watch what I knit over the months or weeks is that I really like a challenge. That's why I did that blanket. I thought of an idea, and I was like, oh yeah, I would really like to try and come up with a design. So you hear of people that are progress knitters versus process knitters. Like they like the challenge of going through the whole process of creating something versus, okay, I want to knit a sweater, so how much can I get done every day? So I'm very much like a challenge in knitting. So double knitting to me has always been something that I've tried off and on for quite a few years. I mean, I've been knitting my grandmother taught me to knit when I was 9 years old, so you can do the math. And I saw this pattern, and I forget his name. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna botch it. I will put it in the comments description of the video later. But anyway, rambling on, here's my latest double knitting project. So it's all visual. I mean, look at that. Isn't that unreal? So you stand back, and what happens is the scarf will go, it'll look like it's wavy, but it's not. It's just how this is knit. And there's the front, and then there's the back. Isn't that cool? So I am a flicker. I do not knit continental. I'm a flicker, and I've got a YouTube, I think it's a short video, it might be an actual video, on knitting, doing double knitting as a flicker, not continental. It's very easy, and actually I can't go into too much detail about this pattern because it is a paid pattern, but you guys, this is so, once you get the, once you establish the pattern going across, this part is easy. This part is, it's mind-boggling how simple it is, but yet it looks like, wow, right? So anyway, so I'm working on this, and um, it'll be a scarf, just a scarf. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on. The yarn that I've got for it is Vintage Sock by Barocco. Can't see the label there. There we go. And then this one was their hand-painted sock. So, you know, I got lots of sock yarn, you know, loving to knit socks. So, yeah, so that's what I've been working on as well. Okay, let me see if I can see your comments here. Hi, what are you doing? Okay. Okay. I don't see any more questions right now. Okay, so here comes the news I was going to tell you at the very end. So you might remember this yarn that I dyed at the end of February, Wild Shamrock and Thistle. And this is my sock yarn. It's an eco-washed fingering weight yarn, and it is dyed with plants. So yeah, so I have taken a skein and I've separated it into 2 balls. So there's one clue. What do you think? What do you think my knit along is going to be? You got any guesses? You got any guesses? So, and I will put all the details in the description as well, with what I'm about to say. Okay, no guesses. No guesses as to what I am. Uh-oh. Hang on, where'd we go? Okay, as to what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so I'm hosting a sock knit along. It's going to start in early May. It's going to run until June 30th, I believe. I will put the exact dates in the description here. I wonder if my phone's getting hot. Oh, you know what? That happened before. Remember that? Darn it. I wonder if I should move it somewhere. Let's see if I can move it here. No, that's not going to be really good lighting for you guys. I wonder. Hang on. I could tell that my camera was getting darker and darker. See if I can prop you up there. Okay, I've got to do a few little maneuvers here. This is the strainer I use to collect the indigo powder. So I'm going to move that up over here. Okay, we're back in business. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the knit along is going to start in May and the end of June, and you're going to learn how to knit socks 2 at a time, but they're cuffed down. They're not toe up. So you're going to be able to grab your, you know, your favorite yarn, and because we're going to be doing just plain vanilla stockinette stitch, so that you can get the get a feel of the construction of the sock without any worrying about any complex stitch patterns. So yeah, so that is what we are going to do. And I do have more skeins of this yarn available in the shop at petal and pearl.ca. So you can go and look at it there. So yeah, so that is what is happening that I wanted to tell you about. It's going to be starting in May. I'm so excited because I haven't hosted a knit along since I started designing that blanket. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do both, and I didn't want to let anybody down. So yeah, so that I'm really excited about that. And let's see if I have anything else to share with you. So I'm just gonna grab, oh, I think my camera person's behind me. Hang on one second.
Just go for a walk.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna grab, so I'm gonna finish off the video with what I started. So here is that spoon again, and I'm just gonna, I just put it over top of my waistband like that. I hope you can see my, oh yeah, you can see. Okay. And I've got my bat here. And this spindle I purchased from a maker in Colorado. Oh gosh, I think it was 2018, I think. So, and I'm just tell you a little bit more about this bat, because I don't think I told you what was in it. So it is sheep's wool, because Melly Knits gets her sheep's wool and then she scours it and blends it on a carder, and she blended this with silk noils, I believe that's what these are called, little silk noils, and a little bit of cashmere. Ooh, so I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but I'm thinking, you know what? They would be the coziest socks you ever saw, but I don't know, because I'm kind of doing, I mean, it's a woolen prep, so socks usually favor worsted, and the difference between woolen and worsted is woolen, there's a lot of air. When I spin, there's a lot of air between the fibers. Worsted is you are squishing all the air out of the fibers. So yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit more of this, and then I'm gonna take you, and I thought while I was talking right now, I thought, oh, you know what, I should take you out and see the progress of my garden for dyeing. So that won't, so the cowl will not be the last thing that I share with you. So yeah, so do you have any questions about spinning like this I can help you with? If you can't think of anything right now, but you have some questions later, you can reach out to me. I also do one-on-one classes for an hour, and I can teach you right from a beginner. I had a student, it's my favorite story. I've probably mentioned this several times before in my videos, but she, for some reason, wanted to buy a spindle to impress her knitting friends, never bought fiber in her life, and went out and bought the fiber for the spindle that she thought somehow was used for knitting, and I ended up giving, I didn't give her, she paid for a 2-hour class, and she was spinning beautifully by the end of the 2 hours. So that's my favorite. Plus, she was living in Switzerland. She was, I don't know, she wasn't Swiss, but she, yeah, she was going to school in Switzerland. So we even made it work. We made it work with the time change and everything. So yeah, so there's a little icon button that says book, B-O-O-K, and you just press on that, click on that, press, right, click on that, and And then you can pick your day, and you can pick your time with what I have available. So yeah, so there you go. So I'm gonna take that out. I'm just gonna put that down, and I'll grab my phone and we will go walk outside. So hang on one second. I'm gonna have to see how I can turn the camera around. There, see, that's where you were sitting, right there. Okay, so we're gonna go, and I'm gonna show you, and I'm just covering up the lens with my hand right now. Okay, here we go. Am I showing you the right way? Yep, there we go. Okay, so this is one planter box. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. One planter box, and I've got yarrow growing here. And look at that. It's starting. Little buds. So there's one. And I've got a sprinkler system. Oh, I got a question. Boy. Okay. So there's the one. And then here's the other one that I have as well. Now in here, I have got a lot of Kendula, I think that's how they say it. I grew it last year for the first time, and I really didn't really utilize it very well, but I know lots of people make lots of things with it. So I'm gonna have to get better at that. And then the third one over here, and this is what I've got growing here is black hollyhock. So I transplanted that from the first planter box to this one. And you can see I've got a ton of pumpkin seeds all over there. So who knows what will happen there. So I just I treated this as a compost over the winter. So you can see all my cleanup here. So there you go. This is what is gonna hold all my plants. And I've also got over here, I've got some echinacea growing. Oh, there's my tulip, yay. And oh, this is just beautiful. Look at the flowers on this, eh? Oh, darn it. I don't use this for dyeing, but oh, they're so pretty. And look at my lilies. They're already coming up. Can you believe that? And then I've got quite a bit of nettle growing in here. That's my hibiscus, which I did try dyeing with it, but it just didn't last. But I think I've got a fair bit of nettle growing in here, which, yeah, they say you can dye with nettle, so we'll see. What else? Oh, there's my other little sad tulip. I love this ground cover. That's really taken off. What else do I have to show you? Oh, okay, hang on. We'll go over here. So, I have got daffodils, and you can create beautiful, beautiful dye stock with daffodils. Oh my gosh, the yellow from a daffodil is just like butter. It's just beautiful, beautiful. And I've got some more tulips over there. So yeah, so that's about it. And we'll just go back to the greenhouse. And there's a tulip there growing amongst, what is that, thyme? Oh my gosh, we'll have to clean that up, won't we? Okay, so now we're back in here. And prop you back up there we go. So that is it for this live video for the end of March, which was supposed to be, or beginning of April, sorry. But anyway, we're here, and I thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you again at the beginning of May. So take care. Thanks for being here. And if you have any questions in regards to what I showed you today, just let me know. If you want to sign up for the knit along, it's at the Facebook group Let's Knit Socks. To join, you've got to answer 2 security questions, because I'm very big on letting in the right people. So you answer 2 security questions and then I'll let you in. Oh my gosh, it's already been 40 minutes. And then go to the event, and it's all right there. So the knit along is only open to members of the Facebook group. So yeah, so stay tuned for more. Next month I will be showing you my progress on my socks. I will be showing you the progress on my sheep's wool, and oh, also something else to look forward to. I've ordered another fleece, and it's probably going to come this week, and it is a merino. I think it's no. Oh boy, I think it's Romney and BFL, Blue Face Luster. I know it's Blue Face Luster. I just have to, yeah. Anyway, I looked at so many, and they're all gorgeous this time of year. So anyway, take care, everybody. We'll see you next month. Bye. Now I gotta figure out how to